What's up? How you doing? I'm back, and yes, I know this isn't normal content I post, but if I stick to just Disney, I'm gonna run out of ideas faster than you can believe. And in my last video, yes, I know, I was like, yeah, I'm ready to start posting some more content. What I really meant is I was ready for hibernation, guys. Simple mix-up. As I did nothing from the day I posted that video to now. I mean, hey, I posted a short of the Sonic 3 post-credit scene 3 separate times because YouTube liked copyrighting my video. And I still can't get it back. But you know what else I did 3 times? And if you saw the title, mate, just screw up. I'm trying to add anticipation here. You're just ruining it. But yes, I saw the Sonic 3 movie 3 separate times. Wanna know why? Well, it's fucking too bad, mate. All jokes aside, you were definitely wondering why. Probably thinking, who does this guy think he is? He's not get mad. He didn't see the Mario movie 5 times. You can't copy him. I think he pulled a fast one on us. Haha, not this time. You can't get past me. You're probably thinking. And first off, mate, your breath stinks. Invest in a dental plan and a toothbrush. If you need but if you just shut up, I'll tell you. So let's just start from the beginning. I remember kind of forgetting about the Sonic movie franchise in 2024. Although I remember being excited for what happened after Sonic 2. Like what came next with Shadow in the post-credit scene. Anyway, skip forward. So picture this. It's August and I'm currently working on my next amazing video about, I don't know, like how does Mickey use a paintbrush so well. But then I take a break from YouTube to look at YouTube. And see Sonic 3's first trailer. And it blew me away. Lines like, what did you do? Followed by, what I had to. It sent chills. I couldn't wait until I saw the movie. So I waited and waited. Every day seemed to be longer than the last, leading up for December 20th. But then disaster struck. The movie was set to come out 6 days late in Australia, and I was heartbroken. Life became grey and lifeless. I think about a week before the original release, I still checked what times it would be on for the 26th. But lo and behold, it was there. An early screening on the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd. But they were all only at one time, 12:10. I had to make it to that screening. I couldn't bear to have 6 days after everyone's seen it. And after some planning with friends, boom, we were locked in. Just a long, grueling week later, we got seated, ready for it to start, to see if it lives up to the hype. And I'll say, this is one of the movies of all time. They did Shadow amazing, having him and Maria shown to have such a strong bond and real heartbreak to our inevitable death. And yes, if you're wondering, there was a sign asking people not to cheer when she dies. Although my friends, I don't think they saw it, because none of them pointed it out. But the studio really knows what the fans want now. They shortened the human screen time down to focus on the CGI hedgehogs and Eggmen. And speaking of, Jim Carrey really steals the show in terms of humour, with Gerald and Ivo bouncing off each other constantly on screen. It's also hard to believe that it's the same guy talking, well, to himself. There's a particular joke I really like near the end of the second act, where the Robotniks and Sonic are trapped in the gravity room.
You're falling right into my trap.
I don't believe this. I know, grandson. A woman in the military.
Oh, sorry, I just thought that was funny. But I'd like to say this now. Sonic is the worst character in these movies. He's constantly unfunny and corny. Like a prime example is when Sonic says, Konnichiwa? This shit is so fucking ass, bro. But anyway, moving on. Warning, I'm going to spoil the movie massively here. So if you don't want to get spoiled and you still haven't watched the movie, like, bro, what are you doing? How have you not watched it? You've had a full year to do this. But still, the final act with Sonic and Shadow battling out on the Earth, moving miles every punch, was so cool to watch. And the reaction to Super Shadow was really nice to hear from the audience. Although it was nothing compared to when Sonic and Shadow decided to team up and did a legendary dap up from Sonic Adventure 2. And to live and learn, dude, the energy in that moment was one like I've never experienced before. This must have been like when Iron Man was snapping in Endgame. Words can't describe how happy I was in that moment. But anyway, that's just one time out of 3. Let's move on to the second one. I remember leaving that movie theater both excited and underwhelmed, as I didn't really get the full experience. I was mostly just getting really excited at most things, because I've been waiting 2 long years for this. So I thought that night, how about I watch the movie again so I can really have no distractions? Yeah, that will work. So after some second, third, and fourth thoughts, I decided it was my money, so I didn't care. I booked it and was ready. Then I started a tangent. I needed some way to get there, and the best idea came out was to lie to my mum to take me there, and saying I was just going to Greens with one of my friends. Which on another note was kind of bombed. We didn't invite him the first time, even though we did, but whatever. So my dumbass, instead of taking this opportunity to take him, instead just lied about going there with him. Now that after that, I just took myself into the theatre and got seated in a pretty great seat. But as I was thinking how respectful the theatre was, I was mistaken. About a minute after Shadow escaped, this family runs in. I see one kid, then 2 kids, then 3 kids, then 4 kids, then 5 kids, then 6 kids, then 7 kids, all the way up to 10 kids. They all just pop up out of nowhere, behind the parents suspected to be all part of the same family. As they walked by, I fought the urge to ask about birth control to the mother, but I held it in, and little did I know, this family would change the entire screening. If you watched my first upload of the post-credit scene, you will know that these kids didn't shut the hell up. This started when Sonic and gang got to London, and all of a sudden, they get the idea to start blasting sound effects that were funny in, like, 2021. Like, Sonic, it was like, guys, are you ready yet? I've been waiting all day. And then all of them, out of sync from each other, play the We Do Not Care. And literally no one laughed, except them. They continued like this, and I guess the parents were fucking deaf or blind or had a lack of sense because... Oh my god. They didn't try to stop the kids. They must have fell asleep though. No problem, we'll all just deal with your shitty kids for you parents. No biggie. The Predator only came for a free babysitting lesson. Everyone in that theatre has to be paid at least $1,000 for the problems the kids caused. Even the staff told them to stop, but they didn't, because they're kids. You don't want to kick them out of the movie theatre. It's just rude here in Knowles, at least where I'm from. But dude, that video I showed of the kids was 1% of what they did during that screening. But then when I came home, I was asked a lot of questions by my parents about why I lied and why I didn't take my friend with me. And I started to feel really bad. I texted my friend's mum saying I will take him out when he's back from holiday to make up for it. But then I got a comment on my post-credit scene short saying I should watch the movie again to capture more footage, and I replied saying I would, but I didn't really do the footage part. On to the third time. About a week later, I was wanting to see the movie again, but it just so happened my friend came back from his holiday early, so I asked if he wanted to come, and he was ecstatic. We took the bus and watched the movie, and I'll say this is my favourite time watching the movie. Since I've seen the movie twice and he hasn't even seen the second one, we spent the whole time laughing and me trolling him. Like when the dap up scene was about to happen, I said, "Too bad Shadow can't take the power of the Chaos Emeralds and gets overdosed." He looked at me with horror. And then for some reason throughout the movie, he kept thinking Tails would die, especially when he tries to save Sonic and fails like a loser. We all believe that Sonic and Shadow was the coolest, right? No, we were enjoying the Eggman fight more than anything. It was just a fun time. I don't think I've ever had more fun watching a movie. He makes the good times greater. But alas, here we are at another end of the video. Thank you. I'm going to try branching out my content, so stay tuned for that. And I promise, this time I will be back, not in like 2 months. I'll be back in the next few weeks. I promise. I've got 2 other video ideas. Anyway, goodbye.